Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video, we're going to be using this Operation Right Home sketch number 240. And with this one, we're going to do it a little bit different because we're actually not going to use a whole lot of the pattern paper, but you can pause here, cut out the paper you want to use, and then come join me at the craft table. Okay, so I'm using my standard card base size, which is the A2 size for 4¼ by 5½. And I'm just scoring at the 4¼ to create my fold. And as I'm doing this, I just want to ask you guys, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and hit the little notification bell so that way you get an update whenever I upload new videos. Now, with this particular sketch, I wanted to show you guys, if you have scraps, you can use a lot of these sketches and just get rid of the little bits. And all you have to do, I personally like to have, I guess what you would call layers. And so you could do this straight to the card base itself and call it a day. It could be that simple. Or you can do like I'm doing, which is I'm doing it on a 4 by 5¼ sheet of white paper. I'm using my favorite peel-offs from Love from Lizzie. And I'm going to put them on the top and the bottom. And I always leave a little bit hanging off so I can just tuck it underneath. It just makes me feel like it's a little bit stronger. But I've seen, some people, they just put it right, from edge to edge, trim it. I think it's Christy Marcotte. She uses them a lot when she's doing her 6x6 paper pads. So if you want to see different ways to use it, definitely check her out. Okay, so I'm putting that paper on top of my mat page, which is 4⅛ by 5�3/8. And that gives us an 1/8 of an inch border. If you want to have, what was I going to say? More of a border around on the edge, then what I would do is just make your, the main paper that we put the strip onto, you can shrink it by like another 1/4 inch. So you could have made it like 3 3/4 by 5 inches, and that would give a bigger border with the matte paper. Now I'm just taking my little sanding block and I'm touching up my edges on my papers. Sometimes it happens. I can change and put a new blade on my paper trimmer, and I still feel like sometimes you need to kind of sand the ends. It all depends on what you're looking for. If you don't mind it, put it on down on the paper and keep it moving. If it bothers you, just get your little nail file. I got this one from Kaiser Craft that I particularly like using, and I just keep it moving from there. Now the sentiment I already stamped. I did that off camera, and it says, "Thinking of you with love." I thought that was a good one. For the month of February. I know Valentine's Day, by the time you guys are seeing this video, it's already passed, but I still wanted to show you a nice small sentiment. And then really simple, I'm going to put 3 Nuvo drops down here at the bottom. And okay, the struggle is real, you guys. I used to be able to line them up pretty close, but on both of my cards, it was like I was drunk. And I wasn't. I didn't have any alcohol, which is so crazy. But I was just like, why are my Nuvo drops like going from the bottom left and going up? Anyway, once I do that, the card is done, and it's super simple. And if you have, you don't have Nuvo drops and you have sequins, use sequins, use gems. You can use whatever you want. I actually thought about using some splatters on this card because it's a little bit more, it's simpler, but I don't know, like it was calling my name to do the splatters, but I held off. and I kept more of the white space, and I like how they turned out. So thank you guys again for joining me, and please hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell so that way you get those updates whenever I upload new content. And I will see you guys with our next video.